Alright guys, welcome back to VALORANT News. As the off-season tournaments continue, big question as to how Bleed Esports with Yay into their roster are getting on in practice. Rumour has it they've been screwing for a good few weeks at this point, and Yay might potentially be on the raise, giving that a good go and trying to improve significantly from how things went on DSG not that long ago. Lots to dive into today. Very much enjoy your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button if you enjoy. Subscribe if you're new as always, I would greatly appreciate it. This is a funny one actually from Zeltas here. He says, damn, these deals, the Black Friday deals are crazy, and yeah, here we go. Don't miss this deal. Evil Genius is down to 0. So you did pretty well, to be fair, putting the seal. I'm not going to lie. That's a premium quality meme. Now, a few bits of roster drama going around, as there quite often is. Lightning fast, firstly. So, Global Esports, they formed their roster. They, of course, made it quite clear, I thought, going into the season that they were going to at least have some Indian player presence again. Now, there are rumours that might not be the case for too much longer. With rumours that after Convergence, which I'm guessing is going to be this tournament here that's going on in the middle of December, so these are the teams that are going to be in attendance. Apparently, they haven't been looking so good in practice, and Lightning Fast might basically be kicked, which could mean that even pre-season, they end up with no Indian players. So that would be very unfortunate, but of course, it's not guaranteed. It's just a rumour at the moment. So I guess we'll see. And also, it does depend how they do in that tournament, because there are plenty of tournaments coming up over the next couple of weeks, especially in December. One of which is the Game Changers World Championship. Pretty cool, actually, to see Baby Bay will be there to commentate on it again. We can actually see here the entire kind of talent and observer lineup locked in for the event. Yinsu, and then, yeah, Baby Bay's going to be there as well. So this is a big one. I mean, last year, G2 Goza walked away with a victory. This year, I think it's probably slightly more up in the air in terms of who's going to win. I would say probably SR might be the favourites. That's, of course, they were version 1 until not long ago, and now they're Shopify Rebellion. Of course, G2, like, to be fair, Evil Genius's Game Changers team as well should be decent. I mean, look, imagine if they went for both World Championship wins this season, given all the drama as an organisation, that'd be kind of crazy. But they did lose one of their better players in, I think it was Keensea, right, after some drama that happened shortly after they qualified. So, probably not in the best position, all things considered. There's also this Game Changers drama that was going around yesterday from a rumour here. So, this was, well, firstly, she mentions OG, and I thought, damn, OG Esports, like, you know, pretty reputable organisation. Turns out, I believe she's referring to Orangutan X here, so maybe not the best organisation on paper, with many dramas over time. But she goes on to talk about how, you know, loads of delays on salaries. She talked about how when she was in India, they had a chef that would then cater to their spice level, but the chef didn't do that. Gave them too spicier foods, and was causing serious problems. Talking about contract drama, and I'll just kind of scroll down this if you guys want to pause and read everything. Feel free to do so. And look, salary delays. This is a pretty crazy one, asking to give back peripherals, so then they had to, like, pay the shipping fees for this type of stuff and didn't get paid anyway. A complete mess. And look, are we massively surprised? This is the thing. This is the importance of a partnership league, right? This is the reason why a partnership league or partner teams or franchises or whatever have existed in esports for the last few years, is to try and discourage and push out questionable organizations. But with the way these leagues are run, especially in Game Changers and down there in Tier 2, there isn't that much protection for players in these instances. If organizations come through, promise XYZ, cannot deliver, and then go bankrupt and call it a day, or whatever might happen here, the repercussions aren't always necessarily there. And Riot have also made it quite clear as well. They're quite keen. They don't mind at all. Tier 2 teams, Game Changers teams, not necessarily being signed, and, you know, just having their partner teams that they know should be, you know, reasonable teams. Now, this is the issue that, oh, sure, Orangutan or whatever are having these problems, but it's not like Evil Geniuses as a partner team are good either. So this is the thing, that franchising in esports, that partnerships in esports were meant to prevent this type of stuff happening, but it still happens, and even it still happens in Tier 1, because you get teams like Evil Geniuses that also are just straight up not good organizations either. So yeah, hopefully wishing the best for everyone involved in that situation. But let's talk about some of these tournaments going on. Yesterday was the conclusion of the 2023 Red Bull Clutch or Campus Clutch Champions. That team Indonesia took down the victory in. But as I've said, there's lots of tournaments coming up. We've got the Game Changers tournament coming soon. We've got shortly after that, of course, is the big Africa TV tournament in Seoul, where Sentinels, loads of others are going to be there. We mentioned just a few minutes ago now this tournament with Global Esports and Gen.G and everybody like that in attendance as well. But there's also this pretty important one that's coming up in just a couple of days with Bleed Esports in attendance as well. And lots of questions. How are Bleed getting getting on? How good are they going to be? What roles are they going to run? And how's Ye going to get on? He, of course, joined the team in very controversial fashion not long ago when the leakers weren't really trying to tell us where he was going, but I think everybody kind of realized at some point that Bleed Ye was going to be a thing, and of course there's lots of money available over there, and Ye, after a difficult season when he was dropped from Cloud9, goes to DSG. That didn't go so well, and then is now returning to an actual franchise level team. Well, at least a team that's qualified for the league by winning Ascension last season. So, you know, obviously Ye's been getting involved in some content. This is pretty funny that Bleed Esports did the other day, where they kind of had a meet-up between their VALORANT and their Rainbow Six projects, and they had Ye in the thumbnail on 3 occasions here, which I thought was kind of funny, really, just as a way to sell the video. Ye once, Ye twice, and then Ye the third time. So just to make absolutely sure you click on it, that is seemingly the strategy. But James of F was also asked the question, or at least commented on this thread, when people were asking, okay, how's Ye getting on? How's the team doing? Have they been practicing? And we don't really have any scrum bucks from this region necessarily, but the belief is that Ye's team, Bleed, are probably doing very well in region, but also they practiced for a bit of time. So we saw quite a while ago now that Ye was out there with the team in the region in Singapore. And according to James FF a few days ago here, they've been scrumming for about 3 weeks now. So that's more like a month. So they've had quite a long practice time. We know that even teams like 100 Thieves, they, didn't practice for that long before they started to play their matches. So yeah, practicing now for some time, it seems, Bleeds. How is their team going to get on is a big question, because, what's their roster looking like? This is their team of 5. Scary, I guess, is going to be running the controller. I guess Egoist is going to be on the Sentinel. Yay. And then the other guys, it's a question, right? Crazy Guy probably on one of the initiator roles. Duryon might play the Flash initiator. But then you've got Yay. What's he going to do? Okay, sure. He's there to do his own role. He's there to do the role that they've brought him in to do, which is his preferred duelist position. But then again, Yay did make the point known before the season began, when he was looking at potentially coming into any organization that would take him, really. He was like, look, okay, I can run a Sentinel. I can maybe even do a controller or initiator. But, his preference, I'm sure, is to be on the Jet. But in the meta we have now, a raise is required on many occasions. And we've seen the likes of, let's say, Ardis on NRG the most recent season, who is very good at Jet, but on the raise, not quite as impactful. And look, we've seen many players in the last couple of years learn the raise and improve with the raise. And I'm sure that Ye has attempted to do this, just because, let's say his DSG stint, if we go, well, we can't even look at all stats here because it's too long ago at this point, but you can see the point here, I suppose, that on the Jet, his numbers are, no question about it. And of course, during the chamber meta as well, that's when Ye was just at his ridiculous best. I mean, look at the KDs, look at the rating, stuff like this, but never really used the raise. But it might be necessary now with the current meta. Now, can Ye learn raise? I'm sure that he can. But it's going to be interesting to see what he does when the season officially begins, especially when you've got a matchup like this, where they're going to play Na'Vi, they're going to play Zeta, they're going to play Detonation. This is only in a few days' time at this point, December the 3rd, in Japan. Bleed will be there playing against these teams. So massively looking forward to this. The way this goes, single round robin group, then I guess they go into some sort of bracket play. I don't know, maybe they don't even bother with that, because it's only 2 days. Don't know what the prize pool is, but this is kind of, in some sense, it's a show match, but the first game they play is against Na'Vi, which is going to be a very competitive game, you would think, initially. And this, I think, will be a good tester, because Na'Vi is one of those teams in EMEA that, again, Ardis is now back on this roster. It's the same as FPX previously. These guys should be contending to qualify for Masters Madrid as, let's say, the second best team in EMEA, because more than likely it's going to be Fnatic as the best team. But if Bleed can do well in this type of series, that will, and also depending on what Ye uses and what the composition's going to be, that's going to give us a good indication as to how good these guys are, because their intention, Bleed, is to be, top 2, top 3 maybe in their region, the Pacific, so they can start to qualify for international tournaments. Masters Madrid, to qualify for that might be a stretch, because, PaperX, DRX, I guess, would be favoured to make it. And there's a pretty long runway for improvement of this roster. The other thing, though, is what's going to happen in China, because lately, over the last couple of days, there's been the China Evolution Series Act 3 that ends, I think, tomorrow. But actually, if you look at this, so Rare Atom, they took down Edward Gaming just, this is yesterday, yesterday now, as we see here. So Stu and co, they pretty emphatic series victory. Lotus was 14-12, Sunset was then 13-6. So Edward Gaming are definitely not invincible right now, and other teams in their region have been improving substantially. So this is what we start to see, as we expected to see, that other teams are making waves. So Edward Gaming, look, they're probably not giving their absolute maximum, and they probably still win this, but who knows, because they're now playing FPX in the lower bracket, and as it stands, if I just hit the refresh here, they went down 1-0, they lost the Haven 13-7, they then bounced back on the Lotus 13-5, and now it's 7-4 on the map 3. So look, is my money still on Edward to probably close out this series and win the finals? As it stands, probably yes, but still, Edward Gaming are definitely getting pushed in region at the moment, and sure, they're using interesting compositions. Kankang's on the Neon, Smoggy's on the, on the Gecko, but the Chinese region is looking very interesting right now, and especially going into an event such as Masters Madrid, it's really difficult to say which teams from which regions will qualify, and of those teams, how are they going to fare against their competitors. So very much intrigued to your thoughts on all this stuff in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, take care, and I'll see you next time.
Good outside. I flash with repeat.
Wait.
Or not,
Don't peek.
Yes, sir.
I don't know where Asher is. He healed
Raise us an op.
Heal up, squad.
I replaying. Wait, well.
Hawk out. Blinded. 3.
Spawn one.
Last player
That's
standing.
fine.
Planted.
Wait, chat, you guys saw that, chat?
I'm just fucked.
Chat, you guys saw that or no?
Hawk out. Blinded.
One enemy remaining.
Yes! We